Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining the live chat session. Three main topics in today's live chat for you. Let me welcome the participants, then a summary of the three main topics. Klaus New made it to the first position once again, is almost always the first to comment. Welcome, Klaus New. Samuel Faleke, greetings, he says. Samuel is also a very regular follower. Kenobi, first member joined today is Kenobi. He says, hello. Kenobi is a member. Special welcome to you, Kenobi. How are you? Nahom Architect says, hello, Sajid. Darn E is here as well. Mythico Durasa joined. Fitsum Kidane Mariam here. AZ King joined today. A member joined after a gap of a few days. Hope you're doing fine, AZ King. I did not see you in the last few live chats. Second member who joined is AZ King. Tisfalam Tekliab says hi. Mahmoud Ahmadeen says salam. Sajid Abba Gabrias says hi. Abjun Arage, Rashid Gulied, Habinia, all saying hi. Selena here too. My brother Yemaskan here as well. Yemaskan in touch with me for some time. Very helpful. Keeping his loyalties aside, his affiliations aside, the man is very helpful. Yemaskan saying, hi Sajid, few hours ago, Zameen Akasi told us ENDF is getting hit from four sides badly and they will leave the region soon. You will hear our victory from our enemy. Okay, I'll respond to it. Amante D. Soher to AZ King, Bashe, Aman Voshe, Angisom Photo, Korko Dang, Tiglo Giza Nisrane, Chick Bull says, you are a good reporter. Thank you, Chick Bull. Chick Bull. Interesting screen name, by the way. Uh, Three news stories. Firstly, power outage almost entire Ethiopia today. What happened? I mean, this month, commercial bank of Ethiopia was hit by a so-called technical glitch. It lost 14 million US dollars. And now EEP, Ethiopian Electric Power, hit by a malfunction, glitch, whatever happened. Entire Ethiopia was without electricity, almost entire for several hours. Secondly, Tigray Amhara tension in Raya, Elamata, Southern Tigray. I want to share more details of what happened there on Monday. What is happening now? Are Tigray fighters in new territories where they were not deployed? They are there now. Details for you. And thirdly, a Russian naval frigate, a Russian frigate arrived in Massawa today, Eritrea. Uh, Dozens of Russian Navy soldiers were seen there too. Obviously, they were there on board the frigate. What is the purpose of the visit of this Russian frigate of Eritrea? No, Aman, the power outage was in almost entire Ethiopia. Yes, power disruptions happen, but it was in entire Ethiopia. Just I think Bahir Dar and surrounding areas were not affected. Otherwise, entire Ethiopia was affected. So it wasn't a small power outage confined to one region or one city. Oromo News update says, hi Sajid Getachew speaking on Africa News YouTube interviews that his administration is committed to doing whatever is possible to avoid war. Yes, that is what he said. I reported that too in last night's live chat too, I think. Ibo joined too, he's from Romania. he says that yes, he ruled out the possibility of a war, of a new conflict. But what is happening in Alamata, Raya Alamata, I'll come to that after a few minutes. But let me respond to one comment from EMSCAN. He said, Zameen Akasi spoke today. He said, ENDF is being fixed. It is suffering losses from all sides. It's going to withdraw, it's going to retreat from Amhara region. Well, don't believe what Fano commanders are saying. Because I listen to the speeches of all the Fano commanders. I get translations. People help me a lot. I want to know what they're saying, what they're briefing. They're talking to their fighters. They're talking to people as well. What do they say? What type of picture they're building? Their claims are very tall, do not match with the reality on the ground. They want to boost the morale of their fighters. That is why they're saying that they're going to reach Addis Ababa very soon. All are saying, by the way, East Amhara, Fano, Gujum, Fano, Shovan, all saying that they're going to reach Addis Ababa soon. Saying that since last year. They're saying that ENDF is going to collapse. Since last year, saying that. Nothing new. It's not that ENDF is collapsing in Amhara region. No, please don't believe that. It's a way, that is what happens in conflicts, in warlike situations, in wars. They say truth is the first casualty of war. There's a warlike situation in the Amhara region. No truth here. Both sides making tall claims. ENDF is here. ENDF still has tens of thousands of reinforcements, entire Romia. So it's not that ENDF has collapsed, is going to retreat. No. Vinakas's claim is exaggerated. Elijah says the appetite for war is simply not there. We're talking about Tigray, they don't want to fight, but there is appetite for war, at least in Amhara region. Fano fighters are pushing towards, they want to push towards Addis Ababa. So there is room for a conflict here, keeping in view the intentions of the two sides. The Fox says, so is ENDF going to leave the Amhara for years? Live in Amhara? Well, I think the main problem for Ethiopian National Defense was that it is not in a position to leave Amhara region. And if it stays here, it would be deadlier for ENDF. The ENDF will, and the government as well, government will face several challenges. Economic challenge is the main challenge, that deployment of tens of thousands of soldiers requires money. ENDF mobilization in Amhara is coming with a high cost, economic cost for the government. And obviously, ENDF suffering losses to the manpower, losses to their personnel, to their equipment, to Amhara region's economy devastated. So losses are being suffered by the government, by ENDF. And the longer ENDF stays here, the more damaging it would be for the economy, for the military. But ENDF has no other option. If it leaves Amhara, entire Amhara will collapse. It will come under Fano. People would say, Sajid, it's a big statement. Yes, it's a big statement, but it's true. That's what my conclusion is. If entire ENDF leaves Amhara today, you will see that from tomorrow, all town cities will start falling to Fano fighters. Regional forces are not in a position to defend. Police, militia are not able to. Maybe in Agu we'll see resistance. They have built large militias. In border areas, there'll be Romeo forces. But in other parts of Amhara, in Wag Himra too, maybe Agos there. But in almost all parts of Amhara, excluding maybe Romeo special zone parts of Wallo too, you'll see a collapse. And Fano will sweep. So ENDF cannot withdraw, it won't withdraw. Kenobi's comment is important, saying, Sajid, there are reports that TDF, TPLF are setting up heavy artillery around Raya. Can we consider Pretoria Agreement void or broken? Okay, I'll respond to that. Chestnut, hi Sajid, if Eritrea Tigray war, if Amhara Tigray war breaks out, will Eritrea intervene? No. Why would it intervene? It wouldn't be in a position to intervene, at least openly. It will intervene if Abiy requests it to intervene and it agrees to the request. Now, let me start the live chat, viewers. Let me start my talk. Firstly, Guracha joined to welcome Guracha, a member. Major power breakdown in entire Ethiopia today. Uh, Almost in entire Ethiopia, there was power outage. Yeni Musica joined as a member. Welcome, Yeni. Ethiopian Electric Power EEP just a few minutes ago said that power had been restored in most parts of affected areas. For around 5 hours, it took EEP around 5 hours to restore electricity supply. Easy King, I'm reading your questions. Please let me begin, then I'll come to your questions too. So it was a nationwide breakdown. What happened? No one knows. EEP says it was due to problem in system. What problem? Just this month, we saw a technical glitch hitting Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, and after that, the bank lost 14 million US dollars. Thousands of illegal money withdrawal and transfers happened, and now CB is recovering money. It has recovered 10 million birrs, 4 billion still not recovered. What is happening? These top Ethiopian institutions don't have foolproof security systems. They don't have foolproof systems installed. That is why technical glitches happening, and they're ruling out the possibility of cyber attacks. But something seems to be wrong. It seems that these institutions are not disclosing the real causes of disruptions which we are seeing. Now, power is being restored. Let's see. Will EEP share details of what happened? That remains to be seen. LM says unqualified people are running the affairs. Yes, it could be the reason. And by the way, when such country level disruptions happen, people should be held accountable. No one held accountable in CB's case and in EEP case so far. Let's see what happens. It could be sabotage. NIS did not rule out sabotage. Well, NIS said that there was no cyber attack on CBE. It was a technical glitch. I think Tegis Hamids held a press briefing ruling out the possibility of a cyber attack. She clearly said it was a system upgradation issue. Oromo News Update says, my prediction for Saudi channel is that in 2 years, it will have 200,000 followers. Let's see. Well, my dream about my views and news is that it should be a platform for covering the Horn of Africa in an impartial and unbiased manner. I want Tigrayans, Oromos, Amharas, Somalis, Afars, others, Eritreans, opposition, pro-government, Somaliland, all to trust my views and news, all to exchange their views here. I cannot expand it. Why? Because I don't have the funds. I don't want to seek support from anyone. I don't want to launch any fundraising campaigns. Yes, it can get bigger. I can hire people. But for that, I need resources. I don't want to have anyone's resources. I want the agenda setting to be completely independent. I got offers, I did not agree. So let's see how my views and news progresses, but will ensure that the quality, the impartiality, the transparency is intact. Now, our second topic, very important topic, is from Raya Lamata Forum Ofla. What is happening there? Uh, Tension still ongoing. Did Tigray fighters capture new territories? Are Tigray fighters destroying infrastructure where they have entered? Firstly, we know that today Amhara regional government issued a statement. It rejected a Tigray statement. Tigray this week said that the Amhara government will be responsible for future consequences because it had included Tigray's territories on regional map. And the map was being taught at schools in the Amhara region. Amhara government clearly said today that Volkai Thumerasagede, Koram, Elamata, Ofla, Salmati are not part of Tigray. They were annexed by Tigray, by TPLF. People in these areas had genuine questions about identity and self governance. The questions were not answered. TPLF's EPRDF government suppressed the questions. These people supported ENDF in the war. They took control of their territories. So now, what Tigray is doing, it is obstructing the peace process. Talks should be held. Tigray should not play map politics. This is what Amhara region said today. You see that there is a war of words ongoing between the two sides, no signs of de escalation. Secondly, what is happening in Raya Mata? Well, I said 2 days ago, I said that Tigray fighters had captured new cabalets in Raya Mata, and I was accused by some people that my information was incorrect, that I had no information from the ground, but I rechecked and I have confirmed now again because people were questioning my reports that Tigray forces, Tigray fighters entered new territories this week. And it was one of the reasons behind a confrontation between Tigray fighters and Amhara militia men. It wasn't that Amhara fighters entered Tigray controlled territories. No, other way around. And now, where Tigray fighters have entered, Amhara groups are claiming that in those territories, Tigray fighters are committing atrocities. They're burning mosques, they're killing people, they are looting properties, which I could not confirm. According to Tigray activists, they say that Tigray fighters were welcomed in these areas. I am not aware of any law and order situation in these areas. In Kosam, Kolkala, Chigora, Tigray fighters have been seen. They were not there in parts of these cabals. They were not there before the start of this new escalation. So these are newly captured areas for Tigray fighters. They are there. Amhara militia members are not being allowed by Ethiopian National Defense Force to move towards these cabals. Amhara militia members want to push Tigray fighters out of these cabals, but ENDF is there. ENDF is between Amhara militia members and Tigray fighters. This is what is happening. Tensions rising. Amhara militia members will try to push Tigray fighters out of these new cabals. Tigray fighters, they have carried out this probing attack. They'll try to go deeper if no solution is found and deadlock persists between the two sides. Suddenly, we are seeing that there is escalation of tension. Federal government is nowhere to be seen. One statement from Tigray interim government, then Amhara government spoke and fighting, though just 20-minute long fighting, but it happened in Ra'al. Fano groups in a difficult position. What should they do? Should they condemn Tigray's attacks or should they just continue their push towards Addis Ababa? What will they do if full scale fighting erupts in Ra'al? Will Fano militias from East Amhara Fano, Wollo Fano, will they then move towards Raya, or will they stay aloof and just focus on their project Addis Ababa? That remains to be seen, but Tigray Amhara escalation in Raya Alamata is going to be a challenging development for Fano fighters. What will they do? That we'll see in coming days. Darni says, please stop saying they're push. Well, that is what they're doing. They're trying to push, but can they manage to reach close to capital? That we'll see. Parab, this says Ethiopia is using Somali land and Al Shabaab against Somalia. I don't agree that Ethiopia is using Al Shabaab against Somalia. Al Shabaab is a threat to Ethiopia too. If Al Shabaab's hardcore extremist ideology spreads across Ethiopia, it would be devastating for Ethiopia. There are so many issues in Ethiopia. Already ethnic tensions, religious tensions, entry of Al Shabaab is going to be devastating for Ethiopia. Ethiopia trying to keep Al Shabaab away from its borders. Yeah, Maskan is asking about Addis Ababa Fano. Will it carry out attacks in Addis Ababa? Well, why was it formed? Obviously, Addis Ababa Fano would like to show that it has presence in Addis Ababa. It cannot carry out large scale attacks, but I think it will prove its presence in Addis Ababa in coming days. Attacks could be individual attacks on government officials, on Prosperity Party members, but you'll see activities of Addis Ababa Fano in the capital in coming days, I think. Now, Versame says it is widely known now Al Shabaab and so called Somali government are on one and the same. You see, one is saying Ethiopia backing Al Shabaab, other saying Al Shabaab, Somalia government, one, they're the same. Alex Awake says if APLF invades Raya Volkait, automatically Fano will stand with federal government and Amhara government. Let's see what will happen. It's not that simple, by the way. Last news story from Eritrea, where a Russian frigate arrived today in Massawa, anchored at Massawa port. Dozens of Russian Navy soldiers were seen there. Eritrean naval officers welcomed the frigate. What is the purpose of this visit? The visit happened on the 30th anniversary of establishment of diplomatic ties between Russia and Eritrea. Russia has been interested in building a naval base in Eritrea. Talks were held. We don't know what happened after that. If Russia decides to build a naval base in Eritrea, perhaps Massawa would be the location. If you remember, when Russian foreign minister visited Eritrea a few months ago, Sergei Lavrov, he arrived in Asmara. Most foreign dignitaries arrive, they land in Asmara. But Lavrov arrived in Massawa. From there, he went to Asmara. Eritrea, so Russia has been showing interest in developing Massawa port, Massawa airport. It wants to have its military presence there. But it's too early to say. Is this Russian Navy's visit linked to Russian desire to establish a naval base, or is it just a message of solidarity from Russia for Eritrea? That remains to be seen. Yeah, Birhan, I also heard rumors, but rumors that Volkan militia has been told to disarm, just rumors. I'll speak on that once I get confirmation. Rumors for several days being spread that Amhara militia is told to disarm. Just 2 days ago, we saw meetings between Colonel Demak Zadu and police militia members. Everything was fine. Also, don't know. Let's wait for verification. Where is AZ King? He was complaining I was ignoring his questions. Peliab sent me a mail regarding the theft of Ethiopians' natural food. He said I ignored it. Well, Kiliab, if there is anything solid and uh, anything which can be proven, do share with me. But problem is that so many rumors are spread that it's difficult to verify each and every rumor. So if you think that whatever is being said is true, yes, I am ready to consider what you're saying. So please verify that too. Easy King said it's a long question, not gonna back and right. Okay, it's your choice then. Mikhail says if Russia gets a naval base in Eritrea, how will US respond? US is not in a position to thwart, to stop Russian military presence in Eritrea. So US might try to intervene through its allies, through Arab countries, which are on good terms with Eritrea. But I don't think that US can put pressure upon Eritrea. Dagneo says, hello Sajid, follower of you for 3+ years. Welcome, Dagneo. Jambo says, we Amharas can't believe Damak Zadu. Well, Damak Zadu was your hero during the 2 year long Tigray war. What happened? Parabdi says, we don't want Russians in East Africa. What about Turks? What about Americans? What about all the foreigners sitting in Djibouti? How many bases are in Djibouti? What about Turkish base in Somalia? US presence spread across this region. I don't know about the exact number of Russian naval navy members who have arrived in Eritrea. Mayo says, please apologize for the fake airline coalition you shared with us for the second time. Well, I shared an update with you as well. Oh, Emirates is denying the incident, but I talked to a few people. Incident did happen. It happened, but the two aircrafts had anti-collision system installed, so they did not collide. There was no collision. Problem is that these airlines don't want to damage their repute. If they start confirming these incidents, passengers won't use these airlines. They won't fly through Somalia. Their business will be hurt. That is why they won't acknowledge that these incidents are happening. Did you hear from Ethiopian Airlines? No, no statement from Ethiopian Airlines as well. So incidents are happening, I believe, according to aviation experts. Airlines are reluctant to admit what is happening in Somalia's airspace. Fitsum says this Pakistani guy would sell his own family for few dollars. He even allowing his little innocent girl to go to do a war and violent report. The hate he has for Eritrea and Somalia is unbelievable. Well, I have no hate for anyone, but the hate you have for me is evident. And still, you are here, allowed to speak freely. So you see who is hateful. Sajid, I gave up on the YouTube channel. I would not have time for it. Amazon will fire me. Yamaskan says. Were you planning to start a YouTube channel? I'll do a video about this port issue after a few hours. I have received some exclusive information about the port dispute, about Ethiopian attempts to gain access to sea. Detailed video in coming hours. So 35 minutes have passed. I think we should end this live chat session. We should monitor. Yoni says, Sad, I'm sorry for what he said. Come on, no problem. I am used to such comments. I don't take them seriously. Just letting you people know how some viewers are reacting or criticizing me. But I don't worry about their comments. And I'm teaching my daughter as well, though she is very emotional. But I'm teaching her to stay calm. Don't take such comments seriously. Just reply logically. That is what our job is. So, viewers, I think in coming days, we should monitor very closely what is happening in Raya, Lamata, Kormafla. If people are from this area, thank you, S. If people, any viewers are from this area, do get in touch with me. I shared with you what I have learned from the area. I got in touch with some people there. Still, I think we should monitor the area very closely to see what Tigray forces are planning there. What I have learned is that both sides are making preparations. Amhara forces want to take back Kabyles. PDF will stay here. It might make a move into other Kabyles too after some time if no progress is made to resolve the deadlock over Raya, Elamata, Meravolkai, Sagade. So coming days are very crucial. We should monitor what is happening in the Raya Elamata area and in Volkayet as well. Maybe Volkayet is a hard nut to crack for TDF. Uh, I have been saying that TDF tried its best. Thank you, Aman. TDF tried its best to take back Volkayet. People don't agree with me. They said, Sajid, no, you're wrong. TDF did not try to take back Volkayet. Rather, it just moved towards Raya, then Waghimra, North Volos. I'm talking about 2021. I believe that TDF tried to take back Volkayet several times. It could not. Why? Because there was massive deployment of Amhara forces, Amhara militia members, ENDF, Eritrean military as well. And then terrain was plain, so it was difficult for TDF to make inroads. It tried to enter Western Tigray, Humera Volga Sagade from eastern side, from Takade side, from Sudanese, from Sudan side too. It tried to move towards Gondar too, to cut off Gondar to Dansha, Gondar to Volkayet roads. It could not. So Volkayet, hard nut to crack for TDF militarily. Raya is gettable, I would say. Why? Because we saw that in 2021 that ADF swiftly captured Raya, Elamata, Koram. It pushed into Wallo. If TDF is planning something militarily, it would make a move first towards Raya Elamata. Let's see what happens. Let's hope there is no new war. Ethiopia cannot afford new wars. Already people dying in so many other conflicts. Without war, people are dying. I am telling you on daily basis about clashes between foreign and military, attacks on religious institutions, then ethnic conflicts too. So already people dying, and if a new war breaks out, it would be deadly for Ethiopia. Let's see what happens. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed. See you tomorrow. Till then, bye bye.